Hello, hey, how we doing? We got some sound out there. Anybody hear yet? Like a few of you guys are here. Okay. All right, welcome to the second hang here. Does that sound okay? Second hang. All right, so we're going to hang out again, and I want to welcome everybody. And let's see, I've just got some notes here. Make sure, here's my marketing, guys. Make sure to tag your friends in the comments, and also or share it right now so we can get it going. And also. Okay, if you got questions, put those in the comments. I'm going to jam here a little bit, jam to something else other than this. Let's get rid of that one, okay? That's, I got like 50 versions of that song. Let's see, this is a thing. Yeah, I want to do this. This is a cool one. Okay, this is like a Pink Floyd thing. And this is on my... in my webinar, I'm going to cover soloing over this kind of style pretty extensively, kind of a David Gilmour thing. So if you like this, that's the other thing. I'm going to mention this a couple times. Go to scottvanzinguitarschool.com and check out the free webinar. You'll dig it. There's some fun stuff that comes with that. And it costs nothing. Okay, here we go. A little jamming. That's a good one, man. So yeah, that David Gilmour stuff, I covered that in my webinar. So get on there. It's on the front page. Get the free training, and it's free. And check it out, and you'll dig it. Let's see. I got to figure out what's going on with here. Where is there? Nobody's saying anything. Am I missing out here? What's going on? Where's all the comments? I'm gonna find the comments. Something's haywire here. I know they're around. Let me try this again. Facebook. Bear with me, folks. Thank you. Oh boy. I watch all these streaming people, and they're always not prepared like I'm not right now. Let's see. All right, so got that. And then if I go here, got Van Zin is live. And I see that, but I just don't see any. Maybe nobody's commented, huh? You guys commenting in there? Huh. I can't tell. Kind of glitchy here. And what if I go sign to... Oh, I see what's going on. Let's go to that one. Oh, that's what's going on. Let's do this. Nope, I don't see any. All right, I'm just going to keep talking because I have to figure that one out later. But I want to teach you guys a little something about the way that I solo, and it's over this this other jam that I got. Just getting used to this. I thought I'd be more honed in today, but I'm not. All right, so this is an A minor thing. I'll go through this. This is A minor. So it's A minor to a G. It's riding the A and the bass to an F. Back to the G. A minor again. G. F. Back to the G. All right, so based on that little bit right there, and I'm going to start this closer to where that is, so we can jam to it. So just based on that little thing, so I'm going to use this now in my programs and stuff. I put all of the patterns, so the minor, add 9, minor arpeggio, minor scale, G major arpeggio, add 4, like all the different variations. But as far as this goes, we're going to play around right here, and I'm just going to show you using this one, and you can get into the other patterns. So if we're in A minor, there's an A minor arpeggio right here. So let's say we'd look at these two notes. That's a minor chord. That's on the 7th fret and on the 5th fret. Minor 7th on the D string, 5th on the G. And then for a G, in this same area, there's a D note. There is a B note, which is the 3rd of G, and the G. So on these same two strings, so on the A scale, or the A chord, A minor. So we got these two notes, an A note and a C. And on the G, we got it's a D, a B, and a G, right? And then when it goes to F, we got the same two notes as the A, and then the G is here. So if I stay on these two strings, just as an exercise, now I find that soloing, part of getting better, would be like if you were a boxing coach and a guy's got a great left hook. I would tie his left up, man. You're good at that. Let's get you working the right. So, you know, you confine yourself to a certain area and make yourself stay within the lines for practice purposes only, not for creative purposes. And that gets you going. So we're going to stay on these two, makes you think in that certain area, that little area. So we're going to stay on those two middle strings, and there's your A minor, and here's your G, and here's your F. Same two notes for that. So A. There's the two notes for A. There's a G. F. See, there's the same notes as A. Back to G. G, and then G. And then the F. Back to G. A. All right, so you see I'm staying in that, keeping myself in that area. Now, I get used to that, so I got places to land. So when I do go all over everything, I got at least somewhere I can go. Like I can. There they are right there. And then the G. Back to there, so I'm still landing on the same places. Gives us somewhere to land. Now, what I would do now is I'd like taking 2-string increments or something like that. So if we go to the top 2 strings, so the A minor would now be these notes. It would be over the 5th fret on the B string and the E string. That's the 5th of the A minor arpeggio. That is the root note, and here's the minor third. So there's your A, and then G are these 2 notes, and then F is a little different. It's here. So so the G is on the 7th fret on the B string, high E string. It's like this. You take a G. Right, and on the 8th fret on the, I'm sorry, that was the E string. 7th fret E string, 8th fret B string. And then F, you just move that down 2 steps. So A minor, G, F. Now if you look at that shape, triad, that's the same shape as we had as the G. Always look for stuff to repeat themselves. If you learn something, it's probably located, and it is located everywhere, all over the guitar. So now working on these 2 strings, I got A. Now I can bend into that too. This is a good sound. So that's like bending up into a minor third. And then the root and the 5th. So great way to start it off. You know, I like using that 2nd note to the minor third. It's kind of a David Gilmour trick there, as you'll hear when you do the similar. And then the G. So you see I bent that. That's the 3rd. And then bending up to the G note. You can bend to these notes too. So that's bending to that one. Down to the F. Bending up to the 5th. Twice as fast now. A minor, F, All right, so you're working through each of the chords that way. Another thing that I just stumbled on one day when I broke a string years ago is the pretend you have a string missing thing to learn some licks. So it's like if I act like I have no G string, it broke. So my leads now I have to work around the no G string. Whoops, I made a mistake there. You gotta, if you really break it, you can do it better, but that doesn't really train you. You can get rid of the B string, so it's like there's no B string. Takes a little thought. I went back to the G missing again. I really want to get these comments working because I can't see. I know you guys are hanging around and commenting and stuff, but I can't find it. Dang. No idea what's going on here. Get rid of that again. Try and bring it up again. Okay. I mean, there it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. Where's the comments? Okay, now we're talking. All right, so let's get to some, let's see. Hey, Mike. Mike's here. Greg Kirkland, hey, buddy, miss you. Hopefully the town opens up soon. You'll be coming out here. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be putting together another giveaway package. And Seymour Duncan, which I love Seymour Duncan, actually gave these to me. This is a set of hot rodded humbuckers, match set, double coils, for something. SG, Les Paul, Strat style, Charvel style, Strat, whatever. We're going to put this together with maybe a lesson, a bunch of my package and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I'll more on that later, but I love Seymour Duncan. Thanks to Kevin over at Seymour Duncan. Incredible guy. Let's see, where are we going here? We got, hey, Louie. Louie's here. Sitting by the fire. It's hot. I'm in Vegas. It's hot. All right, what do we, anybody got some questions for me? What's a question? People ask me about my pick all the time too, which I'll do a whole segment with my Vinny. This is my pick. It's a crazy looking thing. It's a 4.0 thick, which is pretty thick. I never thought I'd like a pick like this. It's handmade for me, and I use Monster Grip, which is another one of my good friends, and products I like, which is a little sticky thing, bumpy thing that makes you hold picks better. But the reason I really love this, my hands don't hurt at all. Vinny uses, I don't know, he gets some plastic from the aliens. He gets the good stuff. We had to go to dark picks for a while, which I don't care for because of all the sneeze guards and everything during the COVID. So hopefully that's coming back around. I have a few of these. I'm just partial to the clear ones, even though I lose them all the time. But if you don't know about V-Picks, check them out. There's a sampler packs that you can check out, a bunch of them, and it's just killer. Killer picks, and great guy, Vinny. Call him, tell him let's see, tell him I sent you. Okay, Aaron, how do you stream your audio with no latency? Okay, so there is latency. Like if I have my, if I'm looking at a different Facebook account and it's behind what I'm doing, but it's, I come out of my master mix, out of my studio into a PreSonus, it's called an Audio i2 TWO box, PreSonus, PreSonus. So it's like 2 XLR, my master mix of whatever goes into my studio, out of that. Then the easiest way, believe it or not, to stream is either iPhone or iPad using a phone. So out of that PreSonus is a USB, which comes out of that, goes right into my iPad, and it gives me a pretty good sounding bit mix. So that's how I do the live things. Yes, Michael, my buddy Michael, VPix rule. All right, so I've got to get these comments going. Where'd they go? Oh, there we go. Why can't I move these open? Dang it. Really apologize for the technical crap I'm going through tonight. I'm not sure what's going on here. Why I can't get all of these comments. I want to see all of them, and only a few of them are coming out. Okay. Well, that's the deal. People ask me about a rig rundown. I want to give you what I'm using. I had an extensive amp collection, Soldanos, Matchless, Marshalls. Got rid of all but a little bit of it. Profiled it, but I found that even the way I profiled it, there's guys that are that use, what was it? I'm sorry, I got thrown by a comment here. They have better profiles than I have. And the one I'm using right now is from a company called Amp Factory. It's a Marshall 800. And it's one I found when I use a Kemper, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. A lot of you guys know that. But I use a Kemper profile. I have one in my studio that's stationary, and I carry around the stage for my live. And live, I just use that direct. You know, and it just gives me an incredible sound. And the way that I set it up, it's like I use on patch 1, it's a Marshall, but the gain is turned down. So I just like the sound of the Marshall. With this is my favorite setup. Double coil, Duncan JB, single coil hot stack in the middle, single coil hot stack, and that gives me everything that I need for a gig. So this is like the front pickup. So if I'm doing like we do a John Mellencamp, you know, it gives it that kind of thing. So anytime I need clean, there it is. But I use the same amp. I don't use different amps for the setup. Then when I go to the second one, I have a little flanger like we do the Def Leppard. And that's even dirtier. Actually, my stage setup is cleaner than that. Then I get into a little bit of distortion. So I got, but if we do like a Tom Petty. Hope I play that better live when we play it than I just did right there. All right, then if I'm doing like rocky stuff like AC/DC, you know, this is like a little more gain. Whoop. And then for my lead, it's just really gonna kind of, and that's for like every. You know what I mean? That's like my Eddie. Now this guitar is not the one I use live. I use a Charvel right now with the Duncan's on it, 2 double coils. It's a San Dimas, but I also have this exact setup, this green thing you'll see me playing sometimes online. But I got the Evertune Bridge, which just blows my mind. Go look at Evertune Bridges. Look at the videos. It's amazing. And I looked at them for years. I thought this can't be true. I got one. I got another one on the way, actually. It like hovers on the, like a Floyd Rose, but each string is individual and it doesn't go out of tune. I mean, seriously, I play it. I just beat the crap out of it for like 3.5 hours at rehearsal. And then the next day, then I put it in the bag. I pull it out the next day, and I check the tuning, it's still in tune. Perfectly in tune, too. So I'm not quite sure. That's something about hovering, and it's like if the weather's changes, all that kind of thing. Because the band I'm in, Blue String Theory, we do medleys, and it's like boom, boom. Our bass player runs a tight ship, man. He's like whop, whop, whop. Gary keeps us on our toes. So we do like, medleys. Like if we do Foreigner, we'll do 8-10 minutes of 6 Foreigner songs. And same with Van Halen, same with Def Leppard, whatever we're doing. Scorps. We do some single songs all the way through. That one. So that's the deal with that. And let's see. These are Spurzels. I love Spurzels the best, and they're great guys as well. And they just kind of put the string through and crank it a little bit, and then it's on there. This bridge I really like, and you can't get them anymore, so I bought a bunch of them whenever I saw them. Actually, there was one guy on eBay selling them. He'd sell one at a time, then he'd have another one. I'm like, how many does he have? He probably got 10,000 of them. But it's a Jake E. Lee bridge, and it's Gibson spacing. It's a little bit more narrower. It's an 80s Jake E. Lee bridge, and I love using that. I use Gibson 5150 frets, and I like flat necked, hand shaved. This is built by Lee Garver, GMW Guitar Works. He's built me 10 guitars over the years. He's a good friend and just a genius. And this is called a Mason Bernard cutaway, and that's just can get you up there a little bit more. So there's a little bit about that. Do you combine reverb and delay or just use the slapback? I use a little bit of reverb, but mostly delay and not reverb. I find that too much reverb will wash the sound out a lot, unless you're playing like a bluesy thing, like something like that has you're not shredding or anything, so you're looking more for that, And the delay on this is not, it's pretty close in the Kemper, but the delay that we're listening to right now is in Logic. I use Logic Audio, so that's where this delay, you can hear it, pop, pop, pop. That's where that. Okay, so live I'm using, for the Kemper, I am using a Headrush 112. And it's like halfway up. It's got a lot of mo. It's amazing, man. The thing was like pretty inexpensive, $300 or $400. I plug into that out of the Kemper, and I mean it's got nothing to, it's independent of what the sound man is doing. It's just for my monitor. But I mean, I could play little bars with it and stuff like that. It would sound fine, you know. I'm gonna put together a one-man deal, you know, one day, and I'll just travel around with my Bose system on the weekdays. The band, I can't wait for the band. You know, everybody's gonna come to Vegas, and when you do, you guys let me know, and I'll let you know where we're playing so we can meet up. Band plays cool places. We're just waiting for the town to open, man. I'm very fortunate to have gotten with these guys. It's the good thing that came out of COVID. Let's see. Yes, I use 10 to 46 string gauge. Let's see. Any advice for... That's 10, by the way, that's 10, 13, 17, 26, 36, 46. Any advice for someone that's only ever played through amps to get into software? Man, I mean, depends on your budget. I make the mistake sometimes buying stuff and then upgrade and into a lot of different things. And I like amps. I got these Marshall, what are they? Are they 50 DLS 40s, 40 watt? I got two of them actually. So for backup, they sound great, but nothing has ever done it for me like the Kemper. I just don't think there's anything better out there right now. But I mean, we're talking about this thing's, you know, $1,700. And then, you know, you buy profiles. By the way, Michael Britt, who's a friend of mine out of Nashville, is a genius with profiles, and I use a lot of his stuff on sessions and things like that. He has an extensive amp collection, but he's also a really good guy, and everybody loves him in Nashville, so that he's like, hey, give me your amp for a few days. So he's gone through, and I lived in Nashville for 14 years, and those guys are from a different planet when it comes to playing abilities and tone. I was just one of the pack there, man. And it was like amazing, the players I met. And I'm not talking about what you see or hear in the country music. I'm talking about when you go to a club and listen to people jamming on, you know, classic rock songs and stuff like that. Amazing. So, but Michael Britt profiles, another great one. All right, well, listen, what else we got here? Yes, I do use Les Paul. I have a Les Paul. Matter of fact, here, I'll grab it and let you hear it. And Lee built this for me. I told Lee that I wanted a 59 Les Paul, and this is the paint job is between Honeyburst and what is it? It was called Honeyburst and Sunburst. So there's two different things. Probably out of tune, so I'm going to tune it. This has Duncan JB in the back and a 59er up front. It's one solid piece of quilted maple, and there's no seams. And I toured the Gibson factory, and I would put the quality of this guitar up against anything I saw there. And I'll tell you, the way they were building guitars there was good. They got some great guys there. But again, my buddy Lee, he is just he's retired now, which sucks. But I got a couple of guys that help me out here, and I'm doing some more builds. Can't beat that, right? Almost every session when I've got to do power chords, I use this. I just don't think you can get around having like the thickness of the guitar, just the shape of this. It's probably, for crunch, the Strat, I mean, God bless Eddie, he dropped that double coil in there, and that's what all of us are doing. But when you really just want the good crunch, there's nothing like the Les Paul. I don't think any other shape comes close. I don't think Paul Reed Smith does. I don't think the Strat with a double coil does it. I think it's the dirtiest cool tone. Yeah. Big. So usually there's a seam down the middle, and it's funny. I bought, and it says Van Zinn at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but Van Zinn in the Gibson script. And I bought this guitar, and he said, "Hey, come out and look at it." And I went out and looked at it, and it was right-handed. And I said, "Dude, I'm left-handed." He's like, "Oh." So he'd already built me a half dozen guitars at least. And boy, this thing's like a feather after lifting that Les Paul. One of my guitar students, ended up getting that guitar at a really good deal, because I said, I think one of my students will buy it, and he did. This guy happened to be a doctor, because it wasn't cheap. It was just a good deal. And this is one he built too, and this is one of my favorite guitars that he built. This one feels like a drum to me. Let's see. Jim asked me the question that I hate. If you had to choose just one, I can't, because I like too many different things, and it's different. But I do have some favorites, which you saw 3 of them tonight. For whammy guitar, I don't know if it's how in tune it is, but I built this thing in the early 80s, and the paint's coming off, so we're trying to figure out what to do about that. But this I did. This is in the Ken Tamplin video. Kind of made it a little famous. Let me see, that paint is coming off, so gotta get a solution. Hold on. Woo! Whew. Let me see if I can get it close enough. But this one is, it just reminds me of Eddie. I think we've had too much weather changes for this to work tonight, but whew. Yeah, this thing is really out. Hate putting you guys through this, but we do this. I can tell the neck is kind of bowed. Yeah, it's it's like right now. So this has to go to one of my guys, and there's paint chips all over me. I got to repaint it before we forget what the paint job was. It's kind of fun having a little reminiscing, but you know, I'm just scared to play it because it's falling apart like that. But this one, you know, I'll start a session on this just to kind of get an idea, and it does so many different tones that I'll just end up using it throughout the whole thing. And, you know. Rosewood, Greg. Only maple one I have is fretboard. Rosewood is my Charvel San Dimas is the only maple guitar I have, which I like, but I'm just partial. You know, I ended up getting a Rosewood guitar and I just stuck with it. So that's what I'm still using. Yeah, back to what Jim was asking about the one guitar. Like one of my pet peeves on this is the teaching thing. I feel like we're not in competition, man. It's not a competition. There, you know, at every level, people are good at what they do, and but they pit guy. You know, pick Randy Rhoads or Van Halen or you know. Stevie Ray Vaughan or, you know, Kenny Wayne, whatever. And it's like, or Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's like both, of course, both, man. They were different eras. And, you know, who's the greatest guitar player ever to live? It's like, dude, if you get on the web, you're going to see people that are ridiculously good that are hardly known. Doug Rappaport plays with Edgar Winter. Is one of the best guitar players on the planet. One of my favorites. I'm trying to remember his record is so good. I think it's on iTunes. But look up Doug Rappaport and just check him out. Eric Gales, ridiculous player, ridiculous. He plays upside down. He's left-handed. He plays upside down. So but I mean, it doesn't hurt him at all. I mean, he's got serious chops. So there's some great guys out there. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a polished neck? I don't know, man. I leave them all bare wood, and I just use a little bit of oil And sandpaper. I actually use like 600 grit. So I think that's what you meant. If that's polished, that's what I do. That feels the the best to me. Uh, Solid rosewood neck. I don't have a solid rosewood neck. I'd be curious to hear that though. I don't spend a lot on guitars. I'll tell you another company I like. I like Warmoth. They have great wood. A lot of mine are made out of the stuff they get from Warmoth. Of course, Lee had this deal with him, so he could pick the good wood. It's my understanding, like with Leo Fender with the pre-CBS stuff, is that he, he just knew how to choose the right wood. And so when he sold the Fender to CBS, they couldn't do it as well, and that's why post CBS Strat is $800 and a pre-CBS Strat is $45,000. So, but I think Lee had that knack of that. So I just I'm doing a build on a guitar right now, and I just ordered a body and neck, and it was like for both pieces was $500, $550, something like that. Nothing fancy. Swamp ash, I think, or maybe it was alder body, and then a maple neck, but a rosewood fretboard. And they let you choose whatever you want, the size and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. I wish I could I got to figure out this. What's going on with this? There's a ton of comments that I know that I haven't seen. I apologize, but if you haven't been answered, let's see. I'm feeling good, actually. Thanks for asking, Steve. I had some health stuff last year, but I feel very strong. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I have a lot of faith, and I've had some good fortune lately with health, and just looking forward to a lot of stuff. It's a crazy world. That's why I think it's important to play guitar, no matter what level. I love to teach. I love hanging out. This is a new thing, just the hang. And I think you guys are digging it. I'm digging it. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I just want to teach and help as many people as I can. If you're in Las Vegas, I'm teaching at Six Gun Music a couple days a week, and I'll probably expand that. I'll teach at my house too if I know somebody. But I'll do that. And my school online, I don't know if you haven't done the webinar, do it, please. It's free, and it's like I put really great deals up there anymore. This is this is something I'm passionate about. I was I raised my daughter because I didn't want to tour, so I stayed home and I did composition. I did TV, mostly advertising music, which was good. I mean, I got to stay home and make a living and stuff like that. She's grown up now, and I love to play. So I want to do twofold. I'm going to play live, and I do sessions for people. They hire me for stuff like that, and then play with my band live and teach. And I have my school, scottvanzinguitarschool.com. And also, if you don't play and you want to play, recently in the last few months, I have a beginning guitar lesson program that's on my site too. So if you just go to the store, you'll see the beginning one. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up here. For anything, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge and get you what you need, even if it's for gear, or you need to, something, you have a question about, getting that together. Okay, well, good, man. I think that's about it. Yeah, okay. Zoom lessons. Yeah, email, or I have different packages for that, Steve, so hit me up about that. in Messenger. And we'll talk about lessons. He's asking about Zoom lessons. And yeah, I do a lot of Zoom lessons. The cool thing about Zoom lessons is I record it, so you can, we can cover a lot of ground. I say get my programs too, because, I'd rather cover real intricate stuff, specifics in lessons, and I can go to one of my, like, here, go to this one and learn this, go to this one and do that. So it's like, if you go through my stuff, my Focus guitar program and strums and my different stuff, liquid, you're going to be ready to really kind of dig in. And it's, it's more economical. Money's not growing on trees. It's tough these days, and not everybody has a lot of it. And so I want to make sure you get the most out of, the lesson when we do one. So just hit me up. We'll work that out. And yeah, Jim says keep them going. I plan to, man. I'll be back here next Thursday. So, we'll do it again. It's been fun, man. I got to go do something else here in a few minutes, so I'm gonna kind of sign off, but I'll jam a little more here for you over this thing. We'll see what we can come up with. And thank you guys, man. And again, let me make sure that I go to my. I hope that was helpful. He says. Yeah, if you like the free training, check out my free training, scottvanzinguitarschool.com. And there's actually a free lesson up there, and I really get into that David Gilmour thing. And I will see you on the next one, okay? So thanks for coming, and I'm going to jam.